Welcome to the first of our Motswari video blogs, where I'm hoping to take you through a week's worth of sightings using videos rather than just photos. The 9th of March started off very quietly and calmly around Argyle Dam, enjoying the hippos and the birds, when all of a sudden got a radio call that there were some wild dogs and people planes not too far away. We soon joined up with them and watched them as they try to hunt some impalas over people plains. Unfortunately for the dogs, they were unsuccessful and came to rest
Be a hyena
not far
or
away.
other predator scent around there. They love getting their scent all over the show. They're not territorial, but while they're running, if they come across, especially hyena droppings, they just sit there and roll around in it.
Leaving the dogs heading towards Motswari airstrip, we carried on with the drive and enjoyed the hippos again, as well as some really good general game around the dam. The waterbucks, impalas, zebras, all making this place their home, as well as the usual golden orbweb spiders at this time of year. Not much happened the rest of the morning. We enjoyed some elephants around Java Dam, but soon headed back for breakfast, after which I woke up to quite a surprise outside my bedroom window. The afternoon, our mission was for giraffe. Luckily we didn't struggle to find them. We got a couple in the Sharolimi River up in the north, followed by many more in the open areas, along with some zebras and impalas, to get our afternoon off to quite a reasonable start. Following on from that, we carried on taking off some good general game in the area, some waterbuck around the river, as well as impalas. But we soon decided to head towards a hyena den, which we found at the right time as they were emerging from the hole. But unfortunately the pups were not too full of life this afternoon, and as you can see from their behaviour, they weren't in the mood to get very active. Luckily though, the wild dogs, which was our main feature for the afternoon, had decided to get active, and we caught up with them shortly after they just brought down an impala west of Motswari camp, about 300 metres from the staff village, and we got to watch them finish that off. Quite incredible just how quickly they devoured it. The morning of the 10th saw me rather desperate for leopards, so I headed south hoping to get lucky with Ntombi and the cub. But Murphy's Law, the only leopard that showed up, was in the north. So we occupied ourselves with some zebras, impalas, a small buffalo herd down south, before making the long journey back north, where the guys have been lucky enough to find Argyle Jr. with the waterbuck kill. She was lying up in a rocky area, which didn't make the best visual, but our patience was rewarded when eventually she did come out into the open and gave us a good view before once again returning to the thickets. The afternoon, we had some nice big elephant bulls around camp, a common feature this time of year. But we spent a lot of time just enjoying the north. There was some good general game up on Pivot Plains, impalas, waterbuck, zebras, giraffe. So we spent our time with them. It was a very warm afternoon, so we knew that the waterholes would be productive. We got some buffalo bulls wallowing around the Dutch Dam. A nice large elephant bull having a splash, cooling himself off. We're very close to the hyena den, but knew that on this heat we'd have to wait a while before they came out. So we watched him having a drink until it cooled down a bit.
Here for that.
Our timing was once again very good with the hyenas. Luckily though for us today, this time they were a bit more active. Youngsters all very playful, chasing each other around, biting each other, just getting up to mischief. After our drink, we headed past where Argyle Jr. had been with the kill. Unfortunately, she'd lost it to the hyenas, but she was still there resting with her fat belly in the open, flopping off.
When they were first born, I saw 2 of them.
The next morning, I just decided to take it easy in the east, away from the vehicles, and just enjoy what the east had to offer. Started off nicely, jackals, zebras, some good birds, but I told the guests we're going to take a chance, hoping to pick up some buffaloes, maybe some elephants, and who knows, even perhaps find a male leopard. Started well, nice big herd of buffaloes, and then you wouldn't believe it, but a few hundred metres down the road the guests shouted leopard, and there was Mfana. Luckily for us, he wasn't alone. He was in the company of Java Dam female, who was trying her utmost to get this boy to mate with her, but he just did not seem interested for some reason. It was a pretty incredible sighting. Great to see her getting quite relaxed now, and after about 45 minutes with the couple, we decided to head back to camp for a well-deserved breakfast. In the afternoon, the other guys headed off to try relocating the leopards in the east, while I took it easy in the central and northern areas. Once again, warm afternoon. Argyle Dam was very productive. We then got to spend a bit of time with one of the many large breeding herds of buffaloes that are spending time in the area. including some really cute little babies.
That must be her baby. I think she's just...
The main mission, though, for the afternoon was when we heard about a herd of elephants that had been found in the central region. We managed to pick them up, and despite the windy conditions, we kept up with them as they were heading through some very thick bush, but they were making a beeline towards Java Dam, so we knew that we'd be well rewarded if we showed some patience. Luckily for us, that is just what happened. We arrived at the dam with some elephant bulls and some buffalo bulls, but soon enough the whole herd came streaming through the bush to have a drink, and we spent a good 20 minutes watching this spectacle around the waterhole. Elephants of all sizes, really tiny babies of only a couple of months old, right up to the big matriarch. While the others did have luck in the east of the leopard, we chose to rather just watch the sun setting over the Drakensberg, enjoying some wildebeest that had popped out on the Java airstrip before heading back after a rather successful day. I would say that we needed lions on the 12th of March, but we need lions every day lately. While we don't get to see lions in action, we did have a fantastic sighting of a large martial eagle trying to catch some banded mongooses. It was pretty impressive to see the biggest eagle in Africa not having success against the whole busyness of them.
Chasing him.
Look at that wingspan. There were lion tracks in the east, but the guys got very distracted when final male leopard was found quite far north of where he was yesterday, having just killed a young warthog. We got there to see him wake up after resting after the kill, and he went and began to feed. But he was quite lazy and not doing too much besides licking his carcass. So we carried on to where lion audio had been heard in the morning, passing some giraffes, and finding a pretty large herd of buffalo heading towards Zebrawood Pan. The good news was that there were lion tracks just behind these buffaloes. Unfortunately, we ran out of time, but it gave us something to go look for in the afternoon. So while others did that, I headed south. We got some buffaloes wallowing, along with some hippos down in the southwestern corner. Even the hyenas had taken to the waterhole in a warm afternoon. In the morning, Josh had found Ntombi leopardess with her kill. We decided to follow up there and managed to locate her while she was trying to locate her young son. Unfortunately, despite all the calls, he wasn't coming out. While heading back to the east and spotting a chameleon, the good news was that following on from our lion track tip-off in the morning, Richard had managed to locate the Bundy male lion and the Birmingham male feeding on a very, very fresh buffalo kill, something that had happened after game drive in the morning. We must have just missed them, but who cares? We got lions in the end. As a cherry on top, heading home, we managed to locate Mfana male with his belly equally fat, still resting off his kill. The 13th was my last morning drive for a while, and I promised the guests we're going to go see some lions and a buffalo kill. That's what we found. The lions had just abandoned an entire buffalo carcass. The hyenas and vultures were there to clean it up, but that is what nature does. Why they left it, nobody knows, but we were a bit disappointed. We carried on with the drive, not a great deal going on besides Ntombi and the cub. We did enjoy some buffaloes down in the south before heading back to the lodge. I spent the afternoon at Motswari's trail camp. Besides being a wonderful experience in the bush, I had an absolutely incredible walk that you can read about on our blog. But we got to see buffalo, elephant, breeding herd of elephant, as well as 4 male lions on our afternoon walk. Absolutely incredible. I was back on drive in the saddle the next day, just taking guests out for an afternoon drive. It was a very, very productive drive. Good general game in the north. But we headed south to go see Ntombi and the cub. Well, at least we hoped about the cub. Got some nice male buffaloes wallowing again at Nkombi Pan. The temperatures still very, very high at the moment.
Tiny cub, still 4 months.
Not far away we did have Ntombi. She was still very, very well fed, Udeka hanging in the tree, well out of reach of the hyenas, but her cub was once again nowhere to be seen. We hope that it does become a bit more relaxed in time. In the south, we picked up a couple of groups of elephants. This particular group had quite a few playful youngsters who gave us a bit of a show. But one of the main reasons for us coming south was the fact that the guys had luck following up in the former Shutton male lions that I found in the bushwalk yesterday. So after enjoying the leopard and the buffaloes and elephants, we headed to see the 4 big boys. They really are turning into some majestic lions. We're hoping that they do start sticking around a lot more. With winter approaching, the buffalo herd's going to be moving into the area more and more. these nomads will hopefully make their presence a bit more felt in the area. It was just one of those afternoons, there was a lot going on, so we left these lions to do what they do best, and we headed off to go and hopefully see some wild dogs. Got a bit distracted along the way with some elephant bulls and a very nice troop of baboons milling around the Shaolini riverbed. The afternoon ended off very, very well. We managed to relocate in the wild dogs. The alpha pairing focused only on mating, so there's no hunting, but what a fantastic way to end off the day and end off the week.